In this section, we're going to talk about covalent bonding. We know that atoms tend toward having a full shell electron configuration. We want to have a full outer shell. For most atoms, that means having 8 electrons in its outer shell, or 8 valence electrons. When a covalent bond forms, atoms will share electrons with one another in order to obtain the 8 electrons around it. This 8 electron stable configuration is known as the octet rule. So in order to be stable and happy, atoms are wanting to fill their valence shell or have 8 outer electrons. There are some exceptions. Hydrogen, because it's in the first row in the periodic table, only needs 2 electrons to be stable. Beryllium in that second row only needs 4. And boron, right after beryllium, above aluminum, only needs 6 electrons to be stable. Lewis structures are diagrams that show valence electrons as dots. Lewis structures are also known as Lewis dot or electron dot diagrams. So I have the main group elements here shown: group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and then we have 5A, 6A, 7A, 8A. But remember, that's also 15, 16, 17, 18, depending on your periodic table. So in group 1, all the elements in group 1 have a 1 valence electron. So you can see the 1 dot that's shown. In group 2, they all have 2 valence electrons. You can see the 2 dots that are shown. In group 3, we have 3 valence electrons. So you can see the 3 dots that are shown. In group 4, we drew 4 valence electrons, 1 on each side. So you kind of see how we're going around in a circle there, like northeast, southwest, sort of. And then once we get to 5 valence electrons, starting with the nitrogen group, we start pairing up the electrons. Okay, and no electrons are paired until after the 4th one. And then once we add a 6th, we add another pair. Once we add a 7th, we add a 3rd pair. And then once we add an 8th, you can see that we have 4 pairs of electrons around the noble gases. Now helium, remember, is stable with only 2 electrons. So that's why that helium pair is paired up, because that's a stable, full outer shell. Helium doesn't get 8, it only gets 2.